It's when I turn my camera off, guys. I'm always like, why is my camera so zoomed out? Built by aliens, by the way, and you know it, guys. Because human ingenuity, guys, humans have never built anything impressive in the world. The Statue of Liberty, built by aliens. The Empire State Building, built by the gods. Twitchty's channel, built by Twichty, who is a god. Boom! Look at that. That didn't, I mean, alien. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's not worry about it. Either way, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I'm having a pretty good Tuesday. You might be saying Twitchty stream starting late. Okay, let's hold it first. Guys, here's the thing. When we start off stream with accusations, I feel like we're not coming into a place of positivity. Just how I was unable to console my sister literally 15 minutes ago on the phone, and she had to express to me, Twitchty, you suck at what you're doing. And how did that make me feel? That made me literally want to cry in a hole. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I can't handle it when people say I don't do a good job. So, guys, please always remind to tell me a good job. Is the Eiffel Tower considered a world wonder? I have absolutely no idea. World wonder. Okay, this is so loud. Is this loud for you guys? Is this a good volume? I assume it's a good volume for you guys. It's a wonderful volume. Dare I say it might be so silent for you. You saw what? Did you see the Eiffel Tower, or did you see me failing to make my sister happy? Because both of those things would make me jealous. However, guys, I will be seeing the Eiffel Tower. You best believe it. Why, guys? Because Twitchty is going to Paris. That's right, guys. My live tour in Paris is happening. I'm kidding. I'm not doing a live tour. That would be crazy. But, guys, you know, maybe in the future. However, I am going to Paris. Guys, if you didn't know, one of my sisters lives in London. She's blessed to be getting married. I'm going to the wedding. I know, shocker, I'm going to my sister's wedding. And thus, because I am in London, I said, let's do a little... Except more like a... all the way down to Paris. Am I excited? Absolutely. Am I excited to eat cheese? Kind of. I'm really just excited to have a croissant. Have I heard that Paris is maybe not the most exciting place on the planet, depending on who you ask? Yeah. But you know what, guys? Here's the thing. I have to go there, so I have to figure it out. Here's the thing. I looked up the 7 wonders of the world, and the issue about that is it pulled up more than 7. Google, I'm asking for the wonders of the world. There are not more than 7 wonders in the world. The whole entire point is there's 7 wonders in the world. Now, there's the Great Pyramid of Giza. Have not seen it. There's the Colosseum in Rome. Have not seen it. Or on the Greek... Oh. Never mind. On the Greek island... It's in Greece. Yep, guys, I'm doing well. There's the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. This is not a world wonder. This doesn't exist anymore. 7 wonders of the ancient world. I don't want the 7 wonders of the ancient world. What? Okay, guys, I'm getting gaslit. I'm getting gaslit by Wikipedia. The Great Wall of China. I have been there, guys. I have been on the Great Wall of China. Petra. I have not seen Petra. Christ the Redeemer. That is in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Have not seen that. Machu Picchu. Could have gone, except unfortunately my home was burned down, and thus I chose to stay while my mother went. Well, actually, let's honestly, I couldn't really have gone, but I was close, guys. I was like kind of close to seeing Machu Picchu. I don't know how to say that. In Mexico, have not been there. The Colosseum in Italy, I knew I was right. Okay, guys, Twitchity's not an idiot. Taj Mahal, have not seen it. Wait. I'm really, whoa. Wait, is that not one of the wonders of the, now I'm confused, guys. Because I really thought, I have been to bro, I've been to, what is it? Oh my God, Twitchty, lock in your brain. I have been to Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is in Angkor Wat. Oh my God. If I type in castle, guys, my spelling is so bad, it doesn't know what I'm trying to say. Angkor Wat is in the beautiful country of, oh my God. How am I? Cambodia. Thank you, Icy Hot. Guys, and I have been to Cambodia. I actually spent 3 days in Cambodia. And I toured all of Angkor Wat, okay? You can do a 3-day tour, see almost every single structure, guys. I have walked almost every single hall of Angkor Wat. I have taken a pen on the ground that was somewhere found in Angkor Wat that is somewhere in my room right now. I don't know where it is, okay? And I really thought Angkor Wat was a wonder of the world, but apparently it's not. Angkor Wat is had an unborn duck egg. I have not had an unborn duck egg. I'm not really sure. Is that a thing? Unborn duck egg. That sounds horrendous. I don't know what it typically refers to after being, for a period before being consumed. Oh, it's a Filipino delicacy. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. That personally to me can't do it. I'm gonna be honest here. You know, I like meat. I need a little bit of separation. I need separation between the animal and the meat. Okay? If I saw it looking a little too animal, a little too cute, I would have to make a lot of life choices and life changes, and I don't want to do that. However, if you've had it, it's really good. Icy Hot, have you had an unborn duck egg? Was it good? Was it delicious? Was it okay? A wonder of the world. Now, guys, you might be saying, Twichty, weren't you doing this solo? Guys, here's the thing. Me and Andrea Andrea? I think that's the name. Dreamstone. I can't control what Andrea does. I have not. Okay. Angkor Wat, a massive temple complex in Cambodia. Poison water flower. And guys, here's the thing. I don't really understand the poison water flower. Is it? I will say, but Cambodians. Oh, well, I did not have that. I will admit, guys, in Cambodia, I did not do a lot. I truthfully only saw Angkor Wat. Where was this in my journey? Guys, here's the thing. When you spend 3 months abroad, that is a long time, guys. It is a long time to spend traveling. When you're spending 3 months abroad on the barest of budgets, it's a little tough. When you're spending a month alone of those 3 months abroad with a very cheap budget, you know, things get to you. You make choices, you make actions, and I will say, did I explore every opportunity I could have? No. Did I sit in my Airbnb, whatever country I was in, and read a lot? Yes, I did. Why? Because, guys, I got burnt out. And I will also say, something important I learned about myself with traveling. Guys, I like learning about a place. I like learning the culture. I can only see so many things. I can only see so many things until things start merging together. And that's just the reality of anything, right? The more you do one specific thing, the more it just kind of consumes your brain, right? It eats your brain. At some point in Wizard101, I don't know what's going on, okay? I've been somewhere in some world 6,000 times. I'm like, ugh, right? No concept. And in the same essence, when I'm traveling, sometimes I will say, guys, things kind of merge together. And, you know, not to be a sneaker, I will say, temples. And I've seen a lot of temples in my life at this point. For how, in my opinion, young I am, I have seen a lot of temples. And I really cannot tell them apart. I mean, like, I can tell some of them apart, but many of them, I'm just like, cool. And the thing is, in not all countries, but one popular thing, obviously, to go see beautiful temples. Like, for example, there's a golden, I don't actually know if it's a temple. In Japan, there's this golden pagoda, which is a pretty popular thing to see. I went and saw this pagoda. Would I describe it as amazing? No, guys. Honestly, if you see it, don't see it. Now, what you really shouldn't do is there's a storm dragon statue. There's a storm dragon painting at the top of this, like, other structure next to the golden pagoda in Japan. Don't pay for it. Me and my roommate, we paid, like, I don't know how much, whatever money we paid was not worth it. Because it was literally, now, it, like, could have been really impressive. I just don't think it was that impressive. However, guys, if you travel to Japan, I will highly, highly recommend go to Osaka. Because the Osaka Tower is gorgeous. Plus, if you're at the top of it, it has really pretty views. Sorry to be, it's a World Heritage, it's the 8th, oh. Guys, apparently, it may be recognized as a modern day wonder, beating Pompeii in Italy for the title as the 8th wonder of the world. How do I feel about everything? What I will say, guys, it cost me $70 to see Angkor Wat. So that's something. Because if you are a Cambodian citizen, very cheap. If you are not a Cambodian citizen, no. Which, you know, that's so fair. Because they have to manage a lot of things. They really do. Here's the thing. I will say, the one cool thing, okay, there's a lot of cool things about Angkor Wat. I probably don't know all the cool things. One thing I will say, guys, if you ever go there, just explore. Because there's so much to, like, see that's, like, not seeable. And there's a bunch of ancient carvings. There's a bunch of statues. I will say, however, it is literally ginormous. It is insane how big this complex is, especially like I don't know if it's the main castle. It's like the castle that he built for his uncle. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. Getting into the lore, I was confused. Okay, I had one guy he picked me up from the airport, drove me to my Airbnb, and then he said, hey, do you want me to drive you everywhere else? And I said, sure. Also, okay, did they not hit? How did the minion die? I feel like they wasted my feints and they didn't do a good job. That's kind of how I feel about the situation. So Andrea dreams. Hi. Guys, and I would never put anyone on blast, okay? Twichty, truly try to be a positive force in the world. Why? Because there's too many negative people out here, okay? There's too many haters who want to hate. I don't want to hate. However, I do want to look at this level 89 wizard with this questionable gear and say, I understand what's happening now. Okay, this wizard is here because they are struggling to beat a boss. Why? Because most likely they are a child and they, you know, they're figuring out how to really build. Now, they do have a death mastery amulet, which is very interesting. I'm assuming they are a balanced wizard who regretted becoming a balanced wizard, and they said, please, 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 can I please be a death wizard? But then they said, I've spent 70 hours making it through the game and I'm just not willing to switch, which is so fair. Which is why, guys, I have partnered with King's Owl to release a new product. For 100,000 crowns, you too can buy the Change School Elixir for your wizard. Which I'm gonna be honest here, King's Owl released that. King's Owl, I don't know what that would take, I don't know what that would require, but here's the thing. You know, they're releasing skipping worlds. At this point, you should release a max level 50, max level 100. Like, if you are monetizing the ability to skip your game, just monetize all aspects of it. Make something where people can change their school. Make something where people can, you know, can level up to 100, level up to 150. I will also say, in my opinion, right, we currently have a level 50 elixir. If you're wondering, Wizard101, that did literally nothing. Terrific. In Wizard101, there is max level 170, right? Lock that in. You can skip up to level 50, which leaves you 120 levels to play through. Also, those 50 levels you're skipping, objectively, is the biggest scam of your life. Not only do I think the first 50 levels of Wizard101 are some of the most enjoyable levels, I also think they're some of the shortest. So you are actively paying more money to skip things that I just do not personally believe are worth skipping in any way, shape, or form. If you are going to buy something, I'd highly, highly recommend not skipping any of the worlds the first playthrough. Because, guys, why play a game for the first time and skip the worlds? That's bananas. So you might be thinking, Twichty, aren't you a Cardinals show skipper? Didn't you just watch The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, where you skipped through the entire episode because your roommate said it was really exciting and you needed to watch specific parts so that you could talk to them about the thing, and then you skipped through it, and then your roommate got mad at you and said, what are you doing? And then you wanted to talk about it, but your roommate wouldn't talk about it because you skipped too many parts? Yes. However, guys, I can always go back. In Wizard101, you can't go back and do the story quest. Boom. Mic drop, point proven, I'm a winner. Exactly. I hope you really enjoyed this moment. Guys, sometimes I'm on fire and sometimes I'm not. And today, I am cooking. Speaking of which, you know where else I cooked? My job. Not really. But I did do pretty well. I've been having to follow up on a bunch of things because things are... Believe it or not, guys, just like any situation, people are always behind. People are busy. People are stressed. And I relate to that. I understand that. As someone who sits in front of my computer for hours a day and talks to a camera, I too am busy, okay? And because of that, I understand. However, when talking to people who are busy, you have to take additional steps, additional precautions, right? To make sure that you're able to communicate effectively. And I took those steps and they paid off, kind of. Except the fact that, guys, I'm gonna be real here, I don't want to respond to messages after hours. Here's the thing, guys, remember, okay, you are paid for a certain amount of time. Now, depending on your job, you may have to work more, you may have to work less. All I will say, guys, you know, limit how much work you try to do past the hours you are paid is my personal recommendation. Obviously, you know, there's a million gray zones to that. But remember, okay, no one has become unalive. I died. I can say died, right? No one has ever died thinking they want to be in the office more. And that sticks with me. Now, does everyone have a choice? No, which I will say is that's obviously the very depressing part. But I really do try to stick that with me. Also, speaking of which, guys, when I bought my chair from Staples, not a quick... Now, I know you might be saying, Twichty, you're switching topics. No, I'm not. When I bought my chair from Staples, this man was trying to convince me to get the insurance so badly because he was like, King, whatever the insurance, I mean, insurance lasts like 2 years, 3 years, return the chair. It's like, you know, it's like on Costco, right? Costco has an unlimited return policy. People have returned things after 10 years of use, which you may say is an abuse of power, an abuse of the policy. I would say Costco, tighten up your laws. Okay? I mean, not really. I don't know. I do think it's, like, guys, okay, let's not use something for 10 years and return it. Okay? I personally think that's like, haha, hee, funny, except not really, because, guys, like, can we just, like, not? Because I feel like here's the thing. When someone, it's, for example, you imagine a library, right, on the sidewalk. A library, a book exchange, dare I say. You can totally take a book from there, read it, and return it. Not a big deal. You can take a book and leave a book, which is usually what you're meant to do. That's also great. However, someone who just takes the books and then sell them on eBay, you're kind of ruining the vibes. And what happens is eventually, maybe, you're going to ruin it for everyone. And why that's sad is because you didn't need to do that. You were just being what we call greedy. And guys, did you ever see, okay, the night before Christmas, Scrooge McDuck? You know what happens to greedy people? They get haunted, okay? And unless you really want to be a star in the next horror movie, you better not be taking stuff. Now, has Twichty ever stolen anything? I think I have. I think I've stolen once in my life, and I'm not going to lie, guys, the guilt almost took me out. How about, I'm trying to remember what I stole. I really feel like I have stolen. Now, was it something exciting? Absolutely not in any way, shape, or form. It would have been like a piece of candy. The anxiety took me out. That's not true, guys. I did steal $16 in change from my dad. I have 100% confidently done that. And how did I feel about that choice and that action? Guys, I would do it again now. Okay? I would do it again in the future. My father did not need those $16. You know what I need? I needed my frog webkins. Thank you very much. Okay? As a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, you gotta find your hustle, okay? You gotta find that way to make your money, to make your dreams come true, and I found it in a jar in my dad's closet. Thank you very much. I rest my case. Anyways, guys, moral of the story is work was good today. Did I go to the gym? No, I didn't. Did I go to the gym yesterday? No, I did not. You might be saying, Twichty, that seems like a pattern. Hopefully it's not. Fingers crossed, guys, it is not a pattern. Am I scared? A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Am I? But, guys, I will admit, I have not been getting the most sleep. Okay, I truthfully have not been getting the most sleep, and that's only person's fault is me. Only person's fault is me. I found a huge jug of coins in my attic, and that is amazing luck, icy hot. One time, when I was later an adult, I also went around our house and collected every single coin in the house and then turned it into the bank. And I made $100. Or, I mean, like, I didn't really make it. I kind of more found $100. But $100 worth in coins, which was really fun. Because you think, guys, change adds up. You ever heard of a quarter? 4 quarters is $1. Guys, you'd be surprised how fast change adds. Now, would I say in this day and age, do I think change adds up fast? No. Why? Because no one has change. Well, maybe that's not true, guys. I have not physically possessed change in, like, maybe a year and a half. And I will actively go out of my way never to have change. Buy a laundromat. You know, here's the thing. We've all heard the investment bros, okay? They're saying buy vending machines, buy laundromats. And I think there's a lot to that, okay? You get a core service that people need. There can be a lot of benefit to that. Unfortunately, that requires something. What? What was that? Startup capital. And guys, unfortunately, Twichty Inc., okay, Twichty LLC, Twichty Co., Corporation.Twichty, I don't know what other, the nonprofit of Twichty Duck, I don't really know any other business types. We do not have the startup capital currently at the moment, but guys, if you would like to become an investor into Twichty Inc., you too can become a tier 1 subscriber to my Twitch channel. Please know that that does not actually make you, quick legal disclaimer, that in no way, shape, or form makes you an investor in any of my actual business practices. It just does support me, and I do deeply appreciate it. But I don't know. I have never really thought about buying a laundromat. Nothing about that excites me. Honestly, guys, now, is it so reasonable? Is it so maybe logical, but also maybe not? I don't really know. I'm not here to give you business advice. I just don't think it's exciting me. However, do I like a laundromat? Yes. In my college days, I moved in my junior year of college to the house that I lived in for both my junior and senior year of college, which was a house. It was a duplex that was near my college, as one does, with 5 other roommates. In that experience, in the beginning, I was a little confused because everyone was using the laundromat. The reason people were using the laundromat is because no one wanted to use the washer dryer in our backyard. And I still don't feel like I knew the full story, but I will say, guys, you know who started everyone to start using the washer and dryer in our backyard? Me. Moi. Twichty. And I honestly cannot remember why people did not want to use. I think it was because it doesn't dry that well, just like my apartment washer and dryer doesn't dry that well. Guys, my washer and dryer is it typically costs me about $10 to do my laundry. And you might be thinking, Twichty, $10? Guys, me and you both. Me and you both, okay? I don't want to have to run the dryer twice. It's just, I don't want to run the dryer on hot, because you run the dryer on hot, guys, that's how you damage your clothes. You ever thought washer and dryer? Well, to clarify, it was behind a door. It was 100% in the back of the duplex. Like, it was like so, let me explain. Basically, we had a duplex, and then we had a driveway, right? And you would drive down the driveway. The driveway, tiny. Your odds of getting your car in and out of that driveway, let me tell you something right now. There were a lot of cars that were scraped going in and out of that driveway. It was an absolute nightmare. To 4 parking spots back there, I think. And in those 4 parking spots, there was also a door to laundry. And it was an interesting experience. Would I want to live there again? Absolutely not, any way, shape, or form. However, I did live on the top floor, and I will say, guys, if you ever, you ever look at an apartment, usually the top floors are more expensive. And there's many reasons for that, mostly to do with greed, views, demand, yada, yada, yada. However, I will say one obvious benefit that I didn't mention, but is a benefit, noise. Guys, ain't no one stomping on my head. Now, unfortunately, guys, when I moved to LA, my upstairs neighbors here, I'm gonna be honest here, I hope they can hear me. Because they stomp all the time. They stomp, they run, they rampage. I could not tell you what they are doing. They are just actively trying to make as much noise as humanly possible. Now, will I be reporting them to my apartment building? Not really, because I feel kind of bad. And have I had a noise complaint against me? Yes. But that was because I had my window open and I was streaming for like 5 hours. And honestly, I understand it. Because one time, these drunk people were in a different apartment and they had their door open. And and guys, my apartment building, it's just a giant courtyard, right? It's, I don't know what shape that is. It's like an oval. It's kind of like an oval, but it's more rectangular. Maybe it's actually just a rectangle. I might actually just be stupid here. Guys, it's a rectangle. And in the middle of it is a rectangle. And if you imagine, sound, it bounces off of things. So when sound bounces off of, right, a wall, it then goes where? To another wall or to a window. And so when someone's speaking into a courtyard that is a rectangle, it goes boing, 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 and then everyone else gets to hear what you're saying. And I don't really have a problem with that. I will just say they were drunkenly singing really bad versions of a lot of songs. And it was just not that entertaining. It really was not. I also am maybe a little vindictive and hope that everyone else gets a noise complaint because I got a noise complaint, but I don't really want to noise complaint people unless it's truly atrocious, which it has yet to be. However, one time some security guard did yell at me to be quiet in my apartment building, and I don't really know why they did. They said we were being too loud. I don't think we were being too loud. Oh, hello. Is that? It's like the rap collections. I'm gonna be honest here. I almost read that as therapy collections, but hello. Do I plan on skipping Chrysalis? Now, here's the thing. You sound like you sound like you're a collector. And here's the thing. You know what I know from collectors? Collectors have money. Now, I'm gonna offer you a deal. The rap collection. You give me 25,000 crowns, and I'll give you a potion to skip Chrysalis. Thoughts and opinions. Deals, guys. Now, obviously, I understand that may not sound as exciting as one would think of a deal to offer. But, guys, think about it this way. By not having to watch me do Chrysalis, you too can avoid doing Chrysalis. You might be thinking, Icy Hot, as Icy Hot said, no, Twichty, never skip a world. Well, guess what, guys? At some point, I will have about 2,000 episodes uploaded to YouTube of my last wizard that I took through Chrysalis. Guys, you best believe it, Nora Engelhardt, yes, she did go through Chrysalis. Yes, it was the worst experience. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Why? Because I was with the one, the only Quality Tunes, an absolute amazing streamer who, unfortunately, has not been streaming the most recently. But guys, if you ever see Quality Tunes, just know, awesome streamer. I am dead. I am obliterated. I am electrocuted, and I am turned to ash, and it's a tough day to be me. Triton, please do not take me out. I beg you, I dare you, and you're rude and you're dumb. And guess what? Overfishing. If you've ever heard of overfishing, guys, I'm putting those fishing nets deep in the sea. Triton, you ain't making it out anymore, okay? Buddy, you messed with your wrong wizard, okay? Jack Ash, yeah, my family goes deep in the fishing industry. And buddy, we're about to fish you to pollution? Extinction? Extinction. There we go. You know, sometimes, guys, we're with it, sometimes we're not. I do not plan on skipping the next world. I would never skip a world in Wizard101. I just, like, I'm not paying $10 to pay $30 to skip a world. The only reason I'd ever think someone would skip a world is if they want to do PvP. But besides that, it's like, guys, if you're not enjoying Chrysalis, stop playing. Like, and I will say, I have never met anyone who has like loved a world so much after Chrysalis that they're like, we have to get through Chrysalis. Like, don't be wrong, is Carmel one of my favorite worlds of all time? Yes. Would I feel the need if I got bored during Chrysalis to keep? No. Guys, I'm paying $10 a month. And I'm gonna be honest here. That's a steep price in this day and age. That is a steep price. Guys, I've probably spent $300, $400 on Wizard101 over the course of my life. I'm assuming. And that's more than I've spent on, that's more than I've spent on CSGO. That's more than I've spent on League of Legends. Guys, that's more than I've spent on every single game where they want me to spend money. You know, now, I want to be very clear here, guys. Sometimes people come into my chat and they express something, and this is completely a reasonable thing to express. They say, Twichty, I want to quit Wizard101, but I spent too much money. Whoa! Stop right there. What you're hearing, guys, I don't know why I'm doing such a bit moment right now. I think it's because I was watching Game Changers, and because I was watching Game Changers, I really feel like in my speech moment. And I apologize. If this is not your vibe, I totally understand. But I really am in my speech moment, so please bear with me as I do speeches for the next probably 34 minutes. You might be thinking, Twichty, I spent money. I have to keep playing. Nope. Stop, guys. You know what that's called? That is called a sunken cost fallacy. You are using money that is gone, ripped into the void to rationalize your choice now. What you should only ever do to rationalize your current choice, theoretically, given gray zones, given a lot of caveats, given asterisks, given all the 50,000 different lines, is, are you having fun or not? If you're having fun in that moment, play Wizard101. If you're not having fun, guys, you spent $400. Move on. It's not a big deal. The money's gone. You're not getting the money back. By playing the game, believe it or not, by continuously to play the game, you're actually spending more money on it. So at some point, you will be like, oh, I spent $500. Oh, I spent $600. And so, you know, do as you enjoy. I will also say, you know, play Wizard101, you know, if you also, pull it back. Logically, guys, if you've ever felt like, oh, Twichty, you know, I really want to enjoy Wizard101, but I'm struggling to do that. Would you have any recommendations for how I can enjoy Wizard101 more? Guys, thank you so much for asking. I actually do. One of my best recommendations for enjoying Wizard101 more would be something called watching my YouTube series. You too can watch my Wizard101 YouTube series and enjoy the spectacle of someone suffering through Wizard101 without actually having to pay any money. In fact, all my YouTube videos are up for free, and all you have to do is like and comment, and then you'll support me. Self-promotion. Yeah. Try house decorating. That's another thing you could do. I'm a medium house decorator. My only issue with house decorating in this game is I don't have an energy to get the decorations. If I had the energy to get the decorations, I think I would do it more, but because it's like I have to hunt packs, I have to hunt the bazaar, like, I would rather just play The Sims. I'd rather play The Sims. I'd rather play that other game, which is like the knockoff of the remake of The Sims. I'm not like, I don't know, and I think it's just me as a person, I'm just not passionate about enough a game to do all the aspects of it. Like, I don't really want to be paying $10 a month to then go hunt down things to then build a home. I want to pay $10 a month to go through a magical adventure and enjoy myself and be able to yap. And I also do have to blow my nose. So, guys, I am alive. Thank the Lord and thank everything holy. May you forever rest in peace and keep me alive. Don't you dare hit me. You literally, you know what? He cannot, if he does 500 damage, buddy, I have bad news for you. You're a life wizard. It physically is impossible. Was I stressed with the crit? Yes, I was. Because I honestly think the crit might have done it. But I'm really grateful. This is hopefully going to hit, guys. I will be right back after 4 minutes.
Don't turn me into boots!
Guys, you know, that's dark. That's dark that he says don't turn him into boots, because that implies that other alligators are getting turned into boots, and as a human, we would most likely be wearing those alligator boots. That's a dark joke overall. Wizard101, you're dark. You're sick. I'm kidding. I have done a little bit of decorating. I decorated my life's house. I've decorated my storm's house, kind of. I've kind of decorated my fire's house. Not really. It truly is, like, I don't know where to... The issue is, I have a lot of visions when it comes to decorating, but I don't know how to get all the pieces. And I just don't want to hunt them down. I don't want to craft them. I don't really hunt them down. Maybe, here's the thing, guys. Probably at some point, I'll do a stream where I just try to house decorate, and I'll check out the bazaar, and we'll see what's up. But it just seems like a little bit of a pain. And I just not...
Climb up quickly.
Barely me made it?
I'll meet you up top.
There we go. Oh, hello, Virgo. Hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful Tuesday. I hope it's doing great for you. Guys, if I get one more... What is that wand? Oh, it's like a loot? It's like a bat loot? I'm having a good day. That is wonderful to hear. That is absolutely wonderful to hear. I am so glad. Okay, let me, bro. I don't know what it is. Maybe I listen to too loud things. Does anyone here watch, oh, what is it called? Does anyone here watch College Humor? Anyone here a fan of College Humor? I almost forgot to tell my partner to have a good day, and I panicked because I felt bad. And that's not even silly. I totally understand that, and I'm glad you didn't forget. Okay? Count your blessings, guys. I count my blessings every day. Except the fact that, my sister was annoyed with me, but it's fine. My sister got nominated for an award at her job, which was exciting. I don't know really why I'm telling you guys that, but because I was talking about my sister, so yay, go Twichty's sister. Again, this will be the sister that will be coming on my stream, I believe May 20th, May 21st. to do a super secret, super special. It's not secret at all. I've talked about it a million times. Rate all reality TV shows, and I hope that excites you. And if it doesn't, that's also completely fine. Don't worry about it, guys. You do have to tune in, though. I want to be very clear here, guys. If you tune into my regular streams and you choose not to turn in that stream, I will be extremely hurt because I need my sister to see that I'm doing something with my life. Okay? I need my sister to be impressed. I can't, if my sister is not impressed, I will start crying. And then, oh, I guess that's happening. And then I'm going, oh my God. I'll try. Hey, Virgo, I appreciate it. Guys, at the end of the day, obviously just try. I'm really not that,
You
guys,
made
I'm
it.
not that pressed. Because here's the thing. If it's me...